Hi, welcome to this video of PowerShell training. In this video, we will see how we can use PowerShell for various VMware related activities and to use in a regular VMware administration. Let's begin. So in this video also, we will use the HOL labs provided by VMware. We will search for our PowerCLI lab. Then we will enroll it again and let's start the lab. So this particular lab is specifically for exploring VMware PowerCLI. So when PowerShell is used, or the module for VMware is called PowerCLI. So let's explore this. We will see the lab guidance, in which they have divided this lab into three sections: the introduction, automate, and various activities, and machine management, the fourth section. Okay, so let's see. When you have to use VMware PowerCLI for any VMware infrastructure, basically you have to do the installation of PowerCLI first. So there is documentation for PowerCLI to install. So in your environment it not work that in a smooth way. You might have to install it or follow the procedure given by VMware. So in this particular lab environment, they have already installed it, and let's see where we can see. Should be somewhere here. Modules, and here you can see all the VMware related snap-ins are installed along with the VMware PowerCLI. So we don't have to install separately on this lab environment, but if you have to use it in your environment or for testing, you will have to follow the instructions to install the PowerCLI. Now let's look at the commands. Let's open the ISE first. Alright, so in general, for VMware administration, we have to work with ESXi hosts, then virtual machines, and maybe some activities related to storage. So there are two main commands, which are get VM host for ESXi host and get VM for getting VMs. So whenever we have to execute any commands for virtual infrastructure, what we have to do is, first of all, we need to connect that virtual center with this command, connect VI server. Let's run this. Now it will ask me for which server we need to connect. So let's try to find where we have to get that IP address. So in the lab manual it should be mentioned somewhere. Let's see, snapshot. Yeah, this is the IP address for lab virtual center. So we have to Alright, if we have to stop this script in between, we can use this command. Let's try that. And now let's run this command again. We can also mention the IP address over here and it should be able to connect. As you can see on the screen, we have now connected to the virtual center. Let's try to execute these commands and see how it looks. So there are two ESXi hosts and there should be multiple VMs. So let's explore this in detail. Let's say I create a variable called ESX server and get the VM host details about the first ESX host. Let's say ESX-01A. Let's try to run that and see if it works. Not on the specific filter. Alright, what we have to do is, let's try this one. Specified filter, maybe let's try with the FQDN now. .local. Yeah, it worked. Now if I see what details are there, in the variable it has got all the details about this VM host. Now if you have to get more details about ESX server, what I can do is I type ESX server and a dot, then you can see these are the details which can be captured with this command: memory, CPU and everything. And with extension data we can go further, one more level deeper, and see what all details it has got. So now you can understand the importance or how the Power CLI works in VMware. Alright, so I will not touch base or create any script since this lab guide has got everything in it. So let me go back to the summary. So there are different sections which you can try, and I highly recommend that you try these things on your own to create the snapshot report and the summary report and everything. Then let's see, in the third section, yeah, you can automate some activities. And the beauty of this lab environment is that they have given everything in detail, so you don't have to worry about anything like password or how to execute that command, and they have provided the screenshots as well, so you can go through these lab environment and explore. And I can give you some examples about how you can execute or leverage PowerShell. So this is a sample script. Actually this has been created with some shortcuts over here, but let's try to run this and see how it works. Let's try to send this. So this is kind of a summary report that I explored while learning the VMware Power CLI, and created this report in my own way, so that we can export it into a CSV or send it over email, however we want to be. So let that get copied and see. Should get completed soon. Well, let's wait for it. Now it's completed. Let's try to execute. I will mention the IP address, or we don't have to mention it, since in this particular section, let's see if that works. We have already connected. Oh, it should be a syntax error. Since we have already connected to the virtual center, we don't have to reconnect it, as you can see. Let's try to execute this script and see how the result looks. Some error message. Yeah, we have to mention these in double quotes. Let's see, here it is. One more. Alright, now it should work. Yeah, as you can see, this generates a cluster-wide report about how much total memory is assigned, the host count, how much CPU is there, free storage CPU, and used memory. So the thing that I want to highlight over here is that you can generate or challenge yourself to pull the details in whatever format you want to, or the change things as per your requirement. So let's explore one more script, this one. So in this script, what I have done is, this is basically a script to change the VLAN of multiple VMs and the ISO mappings, wherein I have created an input file with the VM names, and I have to input the VLAN name and ISO path. Then we get the list of VMs into this variable, and then for each VM we execute this command to change the network adapter in this way, and to change the ISO mapping. And before that, we just validate if that VM really exists in virtual center. Okay, so this is how it is. So I strongly recommend that you explore this lab guide and follow the instructions, and see what all things you can do with the powered CLI, and gain the knowledge or increase your knowledge. If you are a VMware administrator, see how you can leverage PowerShell for your day-to-day activities. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.